The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future, now in our 8th year. Can you believe that? 8 years of this stuff? Hi, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for the 25th day of August. 2025, yep, the first live broadcast of year number 8 here on the channel, and finds us with a Saturday, because I can pronounce my letters, or syllables, two-city doubleheader. First, we go to Detroit for Cleveland and the Tigers. Cleveland on the verge of being eliminated. The Tigers 2 games behind the Yankees as we go through. The second game will be from Fenway Park in Boston, the Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees 2 up on Detroit, 2.5 up on Boston. The plan is, if the season kind of settles in the next couple days, no stream tomorrow, by the way, is that we would do the World Series starting Labor Day, September 1st. If not, it would be September 3rd on Wednesday, and then we would go daily, alternating between day games and night games the rest of the way. Now, as long as Detroit and Boston keep winning, then we obviously will push that further and further. But today could be a decisive day. Magic numbers, I believe the Yankees' magic number is 7. By the time that the day ends, it could be 5. And with next Thursday in the 56 schedule, so 5 days from now, being an off day for everybody, there's only 7 games left in the season for a lot of these teams. So really, it is do or die now. Excuse me. As we hit the last week, technically today, of the 1956 regular season. So Herb Score, Paul Foytak going at it at Briggs Stadium. Not Tiger Stadium, it's not 1960, Ron. Next, as Retro Sports Network hits the pennant stretch. As Retro Sports Network presents a Major League 56 replay doubleheader. The first game from Briggs Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers. And today's doubleheader is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find Dave and his guests at Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so Paul Foytak taking his warm-up pitches. How you doing, Paul? Soccer practice. When do your kids start this week, right? Foytak with the Tigers at 83 and 63, making his next to last start of the regular season. He's 26 years old. He has matched his real-life win total. He is 15 and 11. And his ERA, though, about a half or a little more than a half run higher at 4.18 over his 3.59 he posted in real life. We are playing the games of September 22nd. He is on 4 days rest as he pitched on the 18th and struck out 10 in a 7-3 win over Baltimore. 9 innings, 134 pitches, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 10. Foytak's trouble is going to be his control. 245 in the third, 199 hits, 120 runs, 114 of those earned. He's allowed 20. Now here's the kicker for Foytak. He throws a hard fastball at 91, but he's walked 136 to his 189 strikeouts. So catch as catch can for Foytak. Next week, you go. That's right, because you're in New York, so you start after Labor Day. Vermont schools start this week. Dave Pope leads off in left field for Cleveland. Bobby Avila at second will bat second. Vic Wirtz at first goes third. Al Rosen cleans up at first. Al Smith in center field will bat fifth. Rocky Colavito in right will go sixth. Jim Hegan behind the plate batting seventh. George Strickland, who's certainly not going to play in 85 games in this replay, gets the call at short today. He'll bat eighth. And Herb Score on the mound batting ninth. Foytak can give you 130 pitches. The problem is going to be for Foytak is what control is he going to have? He walks a lot of batters. Detroit only dressed 21 for this game, so it pretty much is, except for Jack Phillips at first, a full regular season lineup. Charlie Maxwell in left is an 8. Bill Tuttle in center is an 8 and a 7. Maxwell an 8 and a 6. K-Line a 10 and a 9 in right. Ray Boone is a 5 at third. Harvey Keene, who needs one hit for 200, by the way, in the replay, is a 6 and a 7 at short. Frank Bowling an 8 and a 6 at second. Jack Phillips a 7 at first. Red Wilson behind the plate a 5 and a 4. He should catch most of them the rest of the way. And Foytak an 8 on the mound with a .936 fielding percentage. Detroit, this is game 147. They'll have 7 left, including this. They trail the Yankees by 2. Cleveland 79 and 68, so this is game 148 for them. And they need to win and pretty much win out from here. Dave Pope is 2 for 8 on the replay, hitting .250. Weather on this 22nd of September in Detroit, 71 degrees. Winds barely a zephyr at 2 miles an hour from left to right. And the skies are clear in Motown, because I can talk. Here's Foytak, and we start with a base hit into left center field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. And Pope has his first double as a member of Cleveland. Wouldn't it be appropriate if he actually had played for the White Sox? Talk about foreshadowing. Talk about the Simpsons foreshadowing. Now that would be the ultimate foreshadow. Bobby Avila at .232, 8 homers and 42 RBI. And Avila draws the walk. So this is the start that the Yankees need and Cleveland needs. Yankees, Red Sox to follow, provided we don't go past 1 o'clock. Vic Wertz at .258, 33 homers and 91 RBI. Speed on the bases for Cleveland. Foytak, deep breath, and walks Wertz. So the bases are loaded and nobody out for Al Rosen. Hitting .284. How you doing, Steve? 15 homers and 78 RBI. So Pope on third, Avila on second, and Wertz on first. As the Tigers are in some serious trouble right from the get-go. The other thing is, Detroit's only dressed 21 today. Don't ask me why. Rosen swings. That is snapped by Keene. They'll concede the run. Bowling for 1, Phillips for 2. So Foytak gets the best friend, and they will gladly trade the first 2 outs for a run in the first. For Al Smith at .261, 8 homers and 55 RBI. Oh, apparently, what? Hold on. Why is my monetization off? Come on. Get back. There we go. All right, that's better. Smith at .261, 8 homers and 55 RBI. Good morning, Andy. How are you? So 1-0 Cleveland, 2 out, and Foytak is already walked 2 here in the top of the first. That is a fly ball to right. Back goes K-Line way back there, and Al reaches in and makes the catch. It could have been a lot worse for the Tigers, or a lot better if you're an Indian fan. 1 run on 1 hit. They leave on 1. The double play was huge. After half an inning, here come the Tigers. And they will face Herb Score, making his last start in 1956. He is 13-13 with a .286 ERA, 4th in ERA. He will not get anywhere near his 20 wins he had in real life. Herb is 23, throws a fastball at 94, and is a fly ball pitcher. He last pitched 4 days ago on the 18th, so he's on full rest. In a 7-6 win over Washington, he didn't get a decision. The team won 7-6, not score. 7 innings, 122 pitches, 3 hits. All 3 runs were earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. Again, kind of like Foytak, scored to know where the heck the ball is going. He leads the American League in strikeouts. He has 281 coming into today. If he strikes out 19, it's 300. 251 in the 3rd innings, 164 hits, 94 runs, 80 earned. He's allowed 20 home runs. He has walked 132 while striking out 281. Get that package. Oh, dear. Stevie's got a dentist appointment today. I'm so sorry. Oh, 1:30. I'm sorry that your tooth hurts. Detroit's lineup. Harvey Keene looking for hit number 200. Leads off at short. Jack Phillips. Captain Jack at first will bat second. No Walt Dropo. Charlie Maxwell in left will go third. Al Kaline cleans up. Oh, yeah, got the package? Yeah. Yeah, I'm suspicious enough as it is. Charlie Maxwell in left will go third. Al Kaline cleans up in right. Ray Boone at third will bat fifth. Bill Tuttle in center will go sixth. Hank Bowling at second will bat seventh. Red Wilson behind the plate batting eighth. Foytak goes ninth in score. Again, can go the distance. It depends on how well his control is, however. Al Rosen defensively for Cleveland, a 5 at third. George Strickland, who I'm not familiar with, a 5 and a 5 at short. Bobby Avila is a 6 and a 6 at second. Vic Wertz a 5 at first. The outfield for Cleveland, Dave Pope a 4 and a 5 in left. Al Smith a 4 and a 6 in center. And Rocky Colavito is a 6 and a 9 in right. Yeah, it was an interesting night. We had a bomb threat on our block. So, apparently, someone was in the process of making some boom booms. Jim Hegan, a 9 and an 8 behind the plate and score, is a 2 on the mound with a .909 fielding percentage. Harvey Keene, as we said, 1 hit away from 200, 337, 13 homers, and 87 RBI. Walked past that building, and I don't want, today, and every window on all the floors above the ground floor was wide open. Pitch to Keene. There's a ground ball to Avila. That won't be 200. 1 out. For Jack Phillips at 291, no homers and 25 RBI. That is into left center. Smith running back. Al to the wall. Will make the catch. 2 out for Maxwell. Charlie at 324, 29 homers and 103 RBI. Struck him out. Scores through 1 and 0-2 off changeup. Got the inside corner. After 1, Cleveland 1. Detroit nothing. So Colavito, Hegan, and Strickland to face Foytak, who needs to bear down. He got the gift in the first. Now he needs to make it stick. Colavito at 268, 19 homers and 54 RBI. That is in the left center field for a base hit. Maxwell will cut it off, and that's a second hit for Cleveland. For Jim Hegan, hitting 200, 8 homers and 36 RBI. Andy, we had gotten dinner delivered and had no idea. No one told us what was going on until I saw it on Facebook. Pretty bad, huh? Hegan, hard ground ball to Keene. Bowling for 1, they're not going to get Hegan. So there was no throw, but they got the 1 out fielders, or the fielder's choice, 6-4. For George Strickland, hitting 215, 2 homers, and 16 RBI. And George draws the walk. So first and second, now for the pitcher, Herb Score at 133 and 3 RBI. It is scary stuff, especially when no one tells you what's going on. So they released the press release this morning, and the person that was making the boom booms. Apparently, he was making lots of boom booms. None of them went off, and obviously the press release didn't give him motivation, so we'll see. How you doing, Greg? Score. Snap throw down to third. There goes Hegan, and he's out stealing. What was the computer thinking? Hegan went off with a pitch, and Wilson threw him out. Why are you trying to steal with a catcher? Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. So what, with a pitcher at the plate? I don't understand the logic with that. Pitch to score. Ground ball past Bowling into center field. Strickland around second. On his way to third. Tuttle's throw is not in time. Runners in the corners, 2 out. Now that looms large. That run would have scored. Dave Pope doubled and scored the lone run for Cleveland in the first. Foytak not very sharp. 33 pitches, 9 batters. Inning and 2/3, 3 hits and 3 walks. Pitch to Pope, struck him out. So on the scoreboard, it's all for naught. The Indians leave on 2. They made the blunder. I don't know if Hegan missed a sign or what. After an inning and a half, Cleveland won, Detroit nothing. So Kaline, Boone, and Tuttle to face Score here in the second. Al at 297, 24 homers, and 120 RBI. Score's pitch. That's a base hit into right center field. And Kaline is hurt. Not the pitcher, though. So Kaline grabbing his backside as he ran down to first, and now the Tigers have got to make a sub. And it will be Jim Small. Not what you want here. Ray Boone at 323, 29 homers, and 99 RBI. Pitch to Boone, struck him out. That's 2 for Score. A cutter at 94, got him swinging for Bill Tuttle at 261, 14 homers, and 74 RBI. So the Tigers will have to go the rest of the way without Al Kaline. Struck him out. Score got him on a 2-2 fastball. He got him looking. 2 out for Frank Bowling at 272, 9 homers, and 52 RBI. There is a ground ball to third. Rosen waits. He goes across the way to Wirtz, and Bowling beat it out. Small with good speed. I'm surprised Rosen didn't go for that. So first and second, 2 out for Red Wilson. Hitting .349, 10 homers, and 55 RBI. Pitch to Wilson. That is a line drive right back to Score, and that will do. Tigers, 2 hits. They leave on 2, and after 2, 2 for T and T for 2. It's Cleveland 1, Detroit nothing. There you go. Now, how does that song relate to the Boston Red Sox? Let's go Cleveland. Hey, how are you, John? John, I answered all your questions, by the way. It'll be Avila, Wirtz, and Rosen to face Foytak here in the third. Bobby walked his first time up. Oh, what do you mean you want 9 fielders? You're picky. Small goes into right. He is a 4 and a 4. You're welcome. Avila walked his first time up. 1-0 Cleveland here in the third. That is past Bowling into center field, and Bobby has himself a single. How you doing, Sean? We're having a tea party. Emmy's asleep in the other room. Vic Wirtz walked his first time up. Wojtak throws to first. Avila's back. Actually, I got a can of Barks Zero Sugar. There is a chopper down to first. Phillips. Keen for one. And Wirtz will beat out the throw, but it's 3-6 on the force. One out for Rosen, who grounded into that double play in the first. They got Wojtak out of trouble. Took advantage of the Strat sale today. Got myself 2 football and 2 hockey seasons. 78 and 86 for football. And a couple 87, 88, and 88, 89. Which I'm surprised I didn't have for hockey. Rosen. Base hit left center field. Maxwell will pick it up. So Wojtak out there with the C game. That's his 5th hit allowed. So first and second, 1 out for Al Smith, who's already 0 for 1. Yeah, Action PC Hockey for free over there. I can cry if I want to. Is this a safety dance or it's my party? I can cry if I want to. I don't need to cry. Oh, you're hoping to take your mom? Oh, I'm so sorry that she's got a migraine. I hope you enjoyed your KFC picnic the other day. That sounded good. Smith 0 for 1. Al swings right center field. Back goes Small, and Jim will make the catch. Rosen and Wirtz retreat, and that's a big out. 2 out for Rocky Colavito, who singled his first time up. So Wojtak is doing his best impression of a weeble wobble so far. He has weebled and he's wobbled, but he really hasn't fallen down yet. He deals. Colavito into left field. Maxwell in the corner by the wall, and that is a long, loud strike, and it's 0-2. So first and second, 2 out, and an 0-2 count. Wojtak trying for his second strikeout of the ballgame. He deals. Colavito now in the left. Again, Maxwell comes in a bit towards the line, makes the catch, and that will retire the side again. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. The Indians have left on 5. After 2.5, 1-0 Cleveland. Andy got the free hockey game. Game was 70-71 and 24 great teams. It is a good game. It really is. And he often has a lot of sales with seasons and such. And as you know, his Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff is the stuff of legends. Glad the picnic went well. KFC, which was good. Yeah, Andy, who do you root for in hockey? Paul Wojtak at 0.99, 99 cents. He's got 99 problems, but hitting ain't one. 9 for 91 with 2 RBI. Struck him out. That's 4 for score. And that will bring up Harvey Keene, looking for his 200th hit. Opening 9 for Herb, 39 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits and 4 strikeouts. Andy has a soft spot for the old Hartford Whalers, but because he lives in New Hampshire, roots for the Bruins. Pitch to Keene. Struck him out. Score got him on a cutter swing and 2 out for Jack Phillips, who is 0 for 1. There is a ground ball, left side, base hit. Phillips took a long look around first, but settled in with the 2-out single. Charlie Maxwell struck out his first time up. And he'll walk this time, so score. Feeling the heat on this beautiful afternoon in Detroit. Phillips on second, Maxwell on first. That's the good news. The bad news is they don't have Al Kaline. Jim Small at 390. 3 triples and 27 RBI. I think most of us in New England, Andy, can hear Brass Bonanza. And if I asked someone to play it, I would get a copyright match. Pitch to Small. Struck him out. Score got out of it. He chased an 0-2 fastball, and that'll do. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 3, Cleveland 1, Detroit nothing. So Hegan, Strickland, and Score to face Foytak here in the fourth. One of Andy's grandparents lived in Springfield, Mass., so Hartford was just down the road. They played in Springfield when the roof collapsed. Hegan is 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 2 for Foytak. 2-2, got him looking. For George Strickland, who walked his first time up. That is into center field for a base hit. So Strickland has the 6th hit for Cleveland. Herb Score has a hit today as well. He is 1 for 1. That would be something, a Brass Bonanza ringtone on your phone. You should put that on for when your wife calls, so she can roll her eyes at you even more. Yep, they played in Springfield after the roof collapse. Remember it well. Yep. What was that? Was that their last year in the WHA, or was that their first year in the NHL? Pitch to Score. Struck him out. Foytak got him on a 1-2. Fastball outside. 2 out for the Pope. Dave has a double and a run scored and a strikeout. Opening 18 for Foytak. 64 pitches, 3 2/3. 6 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 1-0 Indians. Top of the fourth, 2 out. That's a base hit, left center field. Maxwell will cut it off. Strickland on his way to third, but the throw was cut off by Keene. And again, Foytak doing his best impression of a Weeble wobble. Listen, I had to do a mailbag. I guess you were the random one for the mailbag today. What'd you have for dinner last night? Andy walked right into that one. Strickland on third, Pope on first. For Avila, who is singled and walked. He's 1 for 1. There is a fly ball to left. That should end the inning. Maxwell comes in, makes the catch, and again, Cleveland threatens, but they do not score. 2 hits. Chicken, you think. After 3.5, 1-0 Cleveland. So, not French dip. We had pizza last night from place I think called Half Pint or something like that, Full Pint. DoorDash. This was before the street got shut down. If you're a Dash Pass member, they'll give you a coupon if you try a place you haven't tried before. So we got a margarita pizza and a salad that was out of this world. Yankees by 2 over Detroit, 2.5 over the Red Sox. Yankees Sox next. 5.5 over Chicago. And Cleveland can be eliminated today. Brooklyn's lead is 16 over Milwaukee. That would be a cool ringtone. And Mantle pretty much, unless Harvey Keene starts ripping off, or Neiman starts ripping off some hits, has pretty much won the Triple Crown in the American League. That's nice. So Boone, Tuttle, and Bowling here in the fourth to face Score. So John asked, would we change Don Newcomb's last outing to shorten it? And the response to that was, we're just not going to start the World Series until 3 days after the regular season. Whenever the regular season ends, if there's a playoff, it would be Monday. And then there'll be a 3-day cool-off period. So the World Series will start in Brooklyn because that's where it did in 1956. The National League and home field advantage. So it would either start on a Thursday or a Friday. So Nuke's appearance on the last game of the season is just to keep him warm. Ray Boone struck out his first time up. Hard line drive to Strickland, 1 out. Tuttle 0 for 1 with a K. Some alarm going off. Score winds and fires. That is a base hit into right field. Colavito cut it off and holds Tuttle to a single. 4th hit for the Tigers. Here's Bowling, who has a single. So Score trying to keep the Indian season afloat has a 1-0 lead, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Pitch to Bowling, struck him out. That is 7 for score. I was kind of saying in jest if he'd struck out 19, he would have 300. He's done 7 with 2 out here in the 4th. A fastball that Bowling just heard. I don't think he saw it. Red Wilson's 0 for 1. It was January 78. It collapsed. Andy was 13. Stevie says they have a local pizza joint that has specialty sauerkraut and ham pizza. Interesting. They had a number of one. This was a place that you really couldn't order just a pie. They had specialty pizzas. They had the pepperoni. This one was a margarita pizza with tomatoes on it too. I'm not usually a fan of tomato on tomato, but this was good. And it had a sesame crust. Definitely an upper end college town. We got a good deal on it too. And it's one of the best. How do you know you're old? How do you know you're old, Ron? When you brag about how good the salad is that you got from the pizza place. Pitch to Red Wilson, ball 4. So first and second now for the Tigers. 2 out for Foytak, who struck out his first time up. It had a honey vinaigrette dressing with homemade croutons, pepperoni, artichokes. We didn't get the red onions, and romaine. Bernie! How are you? I had to admit, Paul enjoys a pizza with the mustard mayo cheese blend. Really? Is that a hot dog pizza? So first and second, 2 out for Foytak. Score deals. Fly ball, shallow left center. Pope coming in, rides a Schwinn in Detroit. Can't score. No runs, a hit. They have left on 6. We go to the 5th in game 1 of our twin bill. Yankees, Red Sox next. Cleveland 1, Detroit nothing. Ham. Like a sandwich, okay. So they finish their WHA in Springfield and then started in the NHL in Springfield. Interesting. Now we just need our Red Sox fan to chime in. Vic Wertz walked in his 0 for 1. Foytak deals. Fly ball, right field. Back goes Small. Has it for the out. 1 away for Rosen. Al 1 for 2. Has singled and grounded into a double play. Andy, you give yourself a gold star for taking all the questions today. That is a high ground ball up the middle. Keene cuts it off, throws to Phillips. Rosen is retired. Foytak may be on his way to his first 1-2-3 inning. Al Smith is 0 for 2. Stevie says that they had a double murder at the grocery store. Ooh. Kindly ban yourself. They had a double murder at the grocery store. Did you hear about that? It was terrible. It was in the paper this morning. Did you see it, Ed? Yes, sir. I did. Yeah, it was terrible, Ed. The news headline read, "Artichokes 2 for $1." Ho! 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 You are funny, sir. Popped up left side. You get a commercial next, halfway home. In the first of our Twin City Twin Bill, Cleveland 1, Detroit nothing. If you joined us late, doubleheader day, 2:30 doubleheader. We start between Cleveland and Detroit. We move on to Fenway for the Yankees and the Red Sox. 1 run, 7 hits, no errors for Cleveland. Detroit, no runs, 4 hits, and no errors. And Steve reminds me I mentioned artichokes, and it made you remember that one. The lone run came in the first. Al Rosen with a fielder's choice to score Dave Pope to make it 1-0 Cleveland. They put on 2 hits and a walk in the second and failed to score. Herb Score and Paul Foytak going at it here at Briggs. Score, a 4-hitter through 4. He has walked 2 and struck out 7. Foytak, a 7-hitter through 5. 1 run. He has walked 3 and struck out 3. Sean's most recent pizza was a beef donair. Oh, never heard of that. Pineapple, garlic, green olives, plus roast beef, tomato, and green olive. You know, pizzas really are flatbreads. And that you're kind of getting into, you know, a sandwich at that point. Someone asked me in the mailbag, is a hamburger or a hot dog, is a hot dog a sandwich? Harvey Keene, by the way, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Score, 18 batters, 78 pitches, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And when you talk about all these specialty toppings on pizza, would pizza be a sandwich or what? Pitch to Keene. Fly ball, center field. Smith, 1 out. For Jack Phillips, 1 for 2. Jack's got himself a single. That is a ground ball to third. Rosen across the way to Wirtz. 2 out. For Charlie Maxwell, who has walked and struck out. Always good to try. I'm not an olive fan. The pizza place that opened in January and closed in August because it was the 9th pizza place in the 3-block area was doing rolled up ham on pizzas. I'm not opposed to ham on pizza. But when you do something like that, you're talking almost about a sandwich as opposed to a pie. Struck him out, 8 for Score. And as long as Herbie keeps doing that, Cleveland season will continue. We've played 5. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1-0 Cleveland. For Colavito, Hegan, and Strickland to face Foytak here in the 6th. Your other joke that you thought of was why was the tomato cherry red? Because it saw the salad dressing. Steve was a 4th grade teacher at one point. You can tell. You could take the boy out of the 4th grade, but you can't take the 4th grade out of the boy. Paul had Clams Casino once, was better than I thought it would be. What would be Clams Casino? I love stuffed clams. Yeah, you know, when you put lots of toppings like, you know, unconventional ones, you know, you just kind of get into an open-faced sandwich. Andy's allergic to olives. That's what you tell your wife. She doesn't believe you. Okay, Popeye, you're allergic to olive oil. Rocky Colavito, 1 for 2 with a single. That's into right center. Tuttle going way back there. And gone! Colavito just missed the facing between the second deck and the first. His 20th of the year, and it's 2-0 Cleveland. They are happy in the Yankee clubhouse at Fenway with that. So the 20th of the year for Colavito. Hegan is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Bacon, okay, this is Clams Casino. So channel your inner Julia Child here. Bacon, chopped clams, and spices. Oh, wow, that does sound good. And a little cooking sherry for you, and a little cooking sherry for me, and some for the clams. Hegan draws the walk. Oh, is that Steve Tate's league? Colavito was a huge part of your now defunct Canada A's. Yeah, he really was. What year did you use for Colavito, or was that a retirement league? Strickland, 1 for 1. He is singled and walked. Throw down to second, and Hegan's out trying to steal again. That's the second time today that Hegan has been thrown out trying to steal. Now, I've got the latest patch involved here, so I don't know what Hegan was thinking or drinking, or if he got a Stroh's endorsement between innings or what. But when you're thinking 50s stealing, you're not thinking the catcher. If you ever watch sports from Canada on TV, you see the major... Yeah, Boston Pizza. They were big on the boards at Maple Leaf Gardens. Makes me chuckle because no one in the U.S. thinks of Boston for pizza. No. Donuts. But not pizza. There's a ground ball to Bowling over to Phillips, and Strickland is retired. 2 out. Or rotisserie chicken. No one thinks of Boston for a rotisserie chicken either. Scotty, how are you? Herb score 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. So the Colavito home run looming large because Foytak, again, somehow, some way, is an out away from a quality start. And he hasn't really been a quality pitcher. But you had Rocky from 61. Those were the right years to have him for, Sean. Pitch to score. Fly ball, shallow right. Small coming in, makes the catch, and that will do. The home run from Colavito looming large. A run on a hit. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Cleveland hanging on to their season. They're up on Detroit 2-0. So Small in for the injured Kaline, Boone, and Tuttle to face Score here in the 6th. Jim struck out his first time up. God again. Score has fanned 9. And remember, this is his last start of the year. Ray Boone, 0 for 2 with a K. That's a fly ball, right field. Colavito coming in, Verts going out. Wirtz, not Verts. Verts makes the catch. 2 out. For Tuttle, who was 1 for 2. Bill has singled and struck out. Score's pitch. Got him. 10 for Score. We go to the 7th. As Tuttle chased a hard fastball. Cleveland 2, Detroit nothing. So Foytak, 27 batters deep, 92 pitches, 6 innings, 8 hits. The home run to Colavito. He has walked 4 and struck out 3. Steve was watching a Jays game, and they were advertising for local pizza with made with Canadian tomatoes. Also had a Canada ketchup ad. All right, Ontarioites, where do they grow tomatoes in Canada? New Jersey is one of the biggest spots in the United States. Something about Campbell's soup. Popped up left side, Boone. And Ray will watch it sail out of play. Gordie Howe made that catch. An 0-2 count to Pope. And again, Learnington. Is that in Ontario, Sean? And again, Hines or Hunts? Hunts is considerably sweeter. As a kid, I much preferred Hunts to Hines. Pitch to Pope. There's a hard shot to Bowling over to Phillips, and Dave is retired. So 1 out for Avila. Bobby 1 for 2. He has singled and walked today. It is Ontario. Okay. Jersey's tops and blueberries. We grow blueberries up here, so it wouldn't surprise me. Struck him out. 4 for Foytak. A 1-2. Got him looking. Off speed. 2 out for Wirtz. Vic is 0 for 2 with a walk. Fly ball, right center. Back going Tuttle to the wall. Makes the catch. Stretch time. 2-0 Cleveland. So Bowling, Wilson, and Foytak here in the 7th Frank 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Score has fan 10. Oh, you didn't like blueberry shot? I love them. They're very heart healthy too. Pitch to Bowling. Struck him out. 11 for score. I believe his season high is 15. And if this is Score's last start of the year, which it is his last scheduled start, he has acquitted his season quite well, despite the 13-13 record. Red Wilson is 0 for 1 with a walk. Score winds and deals. Base hit right center. Colavito throws it in. Wow. That bench is bare. So he's going to have to hit. You got Torgerson and Bertoya. And remember, when we pitched Reno, he got into a fight. So Wojtek will have to hit. He's 0 for 2. They're playing for the bunt. We're not doing it. We're swinging. Ketchup with a K. It is a good one. Wojtek's gonna take the strikeout, and Score has fan 12. He heard me say he has a chance at 19. He has 12 on the afternoon. Harvey Keene is 0 for 3 with the strikeout. Still looking for hit number 200. Todd B will have to catch up on what happened. Yeah, I kind of wonder. I think the season needs to be redone. I can't imagine that Detroit would be just dressing 21. Opening 27 for Score. 110 pitches, 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Got another game to go, Todd, so buckle up. Tying run is Keene. Score deals. Right field. Back goes Colavito, and Rocky will make the catch, and that will do. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 8th. Cleveland 2, Detroit nothing. And so Cleveland's magic number, elimination number is 2. So they cannot be eliminated because syllables are my friend if they win this one. Al Rosen 1 for 3. He has singled and grounded into a double play. Hard shot to first. Phillips can't make the play. Captain Jack bobbled it. And the leadoff run is on. Kenny Kuhn will pinch run for Rosen. Kuhn does have a steal. Al Smith is 0 for 3, just the 8th hit. Todd, I suggest that you take some Miracle Whip and you mix it with some kale, which makes it easier to scrape both into the garbage. Salad dressing is what I would do for Miracle Whip. Al Smith is 0 for 3. Fly ball, left field. Maxwell has it, 1 out. Yep, we buy Hellman's. Duke's is not available here in the Great Northeast. I've never tried the olive oil one. Rocky Colavito homered his last time up, and that was a big run. That was the insurance run for Cleveland. He's 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Other hits a single. Wilson and Wojtek have a word. Rocky left field. Maxwell and Keene. It'll be Harvey, and Harvey makes the catch, 2 out. Jim Hegan, he had 1 stolen base on the year. He's been thrown out twice today. Hellman is better than Dukes. Ooh. Andy, we live in the Northeast, though. And Scotty remembers the 60s. Spam and Miracle Whip on Wonder Bread. But yet you survived. Let's take a look. He has been. That was it. I don't know what it is that got into him. Throw down to second, and Kuhn is thrown out trying to steal. So the Indians have 3 runners cut down on the bases. No runs, no hits, and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Somehow, some way, Detroit is still in this. 2-0 Cleveland. Spam and Miracle Whip. Scotty, did your mom make aspic or any Jello salads? Jack Phillips, Charlie Maxwell, and Small here in the 8th. Jack 1 for 3 with a single. That is a base hit in the right center field. And so, again, the tying run is now at the plate for Charlie Maxwell, who was 0 for 2, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Cleveland 2, Detroit nothing. Bottom 8 in a must-win game for Cleveland. They still try to sell that stuff. You get a lot of spam calls. Is there something in the water in Ohio? Ah, that's right. You lived in Charlotte. Hugga-bugga. Charlie Maxwell. All right. Pitch to Charlie. Struck him out. 13 for score. Orange Jello with banana and pineapple. We would do ambrosia with the cottage cheese and the marshmallow. That stuff was actually not bad. Jim Small 0 for 2. Score has fanned him twice since he came in for Al Kaline. Nubs this one to third. Regalado over to Wirtz, and that's an out. So Regalado is not a good third baseman. He's a 5 with an 826, and he'll clean up. Rudy Regalado. That sounds like Ricky Ricardo's bandmate, doesn't it? Ray Boone 0 for 3 with a K. Yeah, 826 is not good, Brent. Rock Hill, South Carolina. Yep. Brent's working on a new project, by the way. Boone. Left field, Pope will crown that one with his glove and with a great play. So Pope showing some range. We go to the 9th in game 1 today. Cleveland 2, Detroit nothing. Yes. Charlotte and Charlotte, which is in Vermont. Steve used to work at a grocery store, and he would get the dented Jello boxes that had pineapple cans. Oh. Yet the Waldorf salad with mayo with nuts. It's just a celery-flavored crap that you wouldn't want. I don't want tomato and Jello together. Jim Egan has had one of the weirdest days, I think, in the 7 years that we've done this. He has walked, struck out, is 0 for 2, and has been thrown out trying to steal twice. He had 1 stolen base in 1956. He will get another chance as he punches that one into right center for a single. George Strickland is 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. Foytak deals. Ground ball to third. Boone bowling for 1, Phillips for 2. So they go around the horn, 2 out for score. See what Cleveland does here. Although the score has pitched to Jim. Herb 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. He stays in the game. Foytak got him, and that will do. So Cleveland, no runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and our split city doubleheader. Cleveland 2, Detroit nothing. And so Tuttle, Bowling, and Wilson. Tigers 2 to tie, 3 to win. Hagen. I believe this season had the 2 in the weirder conversation. Yeah. He got thrown out twice trying to steal. Ricky Henderson leads as the most caught stealings in the season with 42. But when you steal 130, 42 is fine. Nope, still on, Sean. Tuttle 1 for 3, 2 Ks, fly ball, left field, Pope. 1 out. Bowling 1 for 3. If this leads holds, score is your digital dice MVP. Frank has struck out twice. 1 for 3. That's 14 now for score. Herb has thrown an absolute gem. 0-2 fastball inside now for Red Wilson. Red 1 for 2. He is singled and walked in this one. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Score, fans. 15. Cleveland season continues on. They cannot be eliminated today. And they shut out the Tigers by the score of 2-0. So in 2 hours and 25 fake minutes, Cleveland's season continues at 80 and 68. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left on 7. The Tigers fall to 83 and 64 and fall 2.5 behind the Yankees. No runs, 6 hits, an error, and they leave on 8. Score, the digitalized player of the game, 9 innings, 6 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 15. Foytak falls to 15 and 12, 9 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned. The home run to Colavito, which was huge. He walked 4 and struck out 6. All right, that's the first. So the Yankees' magic number is now 6. So on a sunny day in Boston, 76 degrees, clear skies, winds blowing in from the monster at 5. Don Larson and Bob Porterfield go at it here at Fenway Park. Porterfield making his 17th start. He's got 1 left after this. 6 and 4 with a 4.68 ERA. Bob is 33. Throws a Bugs Bunny fastball at 83 and is a 5 fly ball plus pitcher. Cleveland rocks. Brent, we're going to get one. Mantl's pretty much won it. I might get 2 in this one. Snyder's still in pretty good shape. Elizabeth Taylor's favorite pitcher. Oh, that was Butterfield. 45,000, right? Porterfield threw 6 days ago. In relief, faced 1 batter on 6 pitches. His last real appearance, he took the loss at a 14-2 drubbing by Baltimore. 3 innings, 76 pitches, 6 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 2. 117 and a third for Bob, 113 hits. 68 runs, 61 earned, 20 homers. He's walked 47 and struck out 50. And here's how the Yankees will line up for this one. They are 85 and 61. Coming into this one, Enos Slaughter leads off in right field. Joe Collins at first will bat second. So this is obviously, sorry, no Moose. So the Yankees are starting to rest people. Mickey Mantle in center goes third. Yogi Berra behind the plate cleans up. Oh, Bill Skowron's playing third, because if I had looked, I'd have seen that. So no Andy Carey. He'll bat fifth. Gil McDougall at short goes sixth. Norm Seaburn in left will bat seventh. Billy Martin at second batting eighth. And Don Larson, who will be in real life a couple weeks away from the biggest appearance of his life, on the mound. Porterfield can give you 7. Defensively for Boston, Milt Bowling, his brother played in Game 1, is a 3 at third. Billy Chris Santa Claus is a 4 and a 3 at short. Ted Lepsio a 5 and an 8 at second. Dick Gernert a 5 at first. Ted Williams a 4 and a 4 in left. Jimmy Pearsall a 9 and an 8 in center. Jackie Jensen a 7 and a 7 in right. Pete Daly gets the call behind the plate. He's a 3 and a 4. And Porterfield is a 4 on the mound with a 917 fielding percentage. Slaughter at 328, a 10-game hitting streak, and 8 RBI. Nope, Butterfield 8 reference. You weren't getting that one on any YouTube channel from anyone under the age of 70. You're welcome. You're welcome. So for the Red Sox, 83 and 64, this is game 148. For the Yankees, 85 and 61, this is game 147. Slaughter to third. Bowling waits, throws to Gernert. Oh, that's an error. So Slaughter's going to reach on the error by Bowling. And that's how the Yankees wanted to start. Joe Collins at 211, 4 homers and 23 RBI. Sean's doing 64 and 83 in Action PC and 82 in Digital Diamond. Sean has played a lot by the way of not dead ball, but 20s and 30s. How you doing, RJL? Collins pops it up. Left side, Williams. 1 out. Slaughter back. Paul is playing 41, 76, 81, and 24. Yep, that was Liz's reference to all her marriages, too. She buttered them up 8 times. Dick Burton more than once. Mickey Mantle at 344. Triple Crown year for Mickey, 50 homers and 133 RBI. Oh, 1920. That was the year that Ruth pretty much out-homered the rest of the American League. And no one got the T for 2 joke I did earlier today. Speaking of Babe Ruth, pitch to Mantle. There's a fly ball to right field. Back goes Jensen. Jackie to the wall, and Mickey hits one in the seats. His 51st of the year. The error hurts. It's 2-0 New York. It was a 7-point lead in batting average going into the day, Sean, or Brent. He has the other 2 locked up. I think batting average may be what Snyder's downfall is. So Mantle makes it 2-0 New York. Here's Yogi Berra, 304, 28 homers, 111 RBI. Into center, Pearsall has it for the out. 2 out for Skowron at 297 at third base, 17 homers and 67 RBI. High ground ball to first. Gernert flips it to Porterfield, and that will do. But Mickey Mantle does what Mickey Mantle does. A 2-run blast. The lone Yankee hit. The error really stung. And after half an inning, it's the Yankees 2, the Red Sox nothing. You got a real Mantle PSA? Does your wife know that you mortgaged the house for it? Don Larson will have one more start, or this might be it for him actually. 9-8 with a 4.24 ERA. He's 27 Knight Rider at 87-mile-an-hour fastball and a fly ball pitcher. Careful, Michael, you might give up a hit. Last pitched against the Tigers in a 22-3 horrible game that we did on the 14th. Not that it was the Yankees won 22-3, it just wouldn't end. 9 innings, 159 pitches, 8 hits. It was 22-1 after 8, by the way. 3 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 4. Larson, 170 innings. Oh, 51 Bowman. Oh, even nicer. 83 runs, 80 earned, 19 home runs, 80 walks, and 97 strikeouts. Here's how the Red Sox will line up. Milt Bowling at third will lead off. Billy Klaus at short, batting second. Ted Williams in left goes third. Dick Gernert at first will clean up. Jackie Jensen in right will bat fifth. Jimmy Pearsall in center goes sixth. Ted Lepsio at second, batting seventh. Pete Daly behind the plate goes eighth. Bob Porterfield on the mound goes ninth. And Larson can give you a complete game. Defensively for the Yankees, Seaburn is a 6 and a 3 in left. Mantle is an 8 and a 9 in center. Enos Slaughter a 4 and a 3 in right. Skowron a 4 at third. McDougald a 7 and a 10 at short. Billy Martin a 6 and a 9 at second. Joe Collins a 6 at first. Yogi Berra, surprised it's not Elson Howard, a 10 and a 9 behind the plate. And Larson a 4 on the mound with a .923 fielding percentage. Paul in his 41 is on August 24th. It'll be the Indians hosting the Red Sox. Indians are 6 back in the NL. Dodgers are up 5.5 over the Cards. Yep. Yeah, Sean. Please share. Milt Bowling at 202, 2 homers, 12 RBI. Center field, Mantle. 1 out. RJL, Robert, going to do Robert's favorite year next year. Billy Klaus at 247, 7 homers and 61 RBI. Larson deals. That's also into center. Mantle, second verse, same as the first, 2 out. Sean's completed 39, 41, and 53. Nice. Ted Williams at 306, 21 homers and 78 RBI. Yep, 86. Demos. I would not be surprised if next year's game demos had direct entry. And RJL just got himself banned. Congratulations. Pitch to Williams. Struck him out, and that's first for Larson. A 1-2, and Williams just swings and misses. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the second. 2-0 New York. The thing is, as we start our 8th season of this stuff, someone will always underperform. The thing is, with any card and dice game, McDougald, Seaburn, and Martin, or any computer game, is that it just cannot replicate the pressure of a postseason or a postseason drive or the pressure of playing in a certain market. It can only go with the numbers that it's been given. And I would expect that the Mets win the National League East with ease. But I also thought the Mets were going to win the World Series last year. The Cincinnati Reds had a few words about that. McDougald, did I give you his numbers? I think so. Porterfield deals. And McDougald draws the walk. Interesting about 41, Paul says DiMaggio only had a hitting streak of 29. Johnny Rucker of the Giants had a 31 gamer. I think one of the things that needs to be looked into, and I think it's what hurt the A's when we did 88, is how the game looks at bullpen management. The Mets had the two-headed monster of McDowell and Orozco, and how Davey Johnson used Orozco and McDowell made a huge difference. The computer is going to need to emulate that. Yeah, Todd, I don't know. The basketball game comes out in a couple days. That should give a good indication about how their direct entry is going to be. For some reason, no matter what the game engine, the 88 Mets, as good as they were, never won it all. They didn't do it in either your 88 inside pitch replay. How'd the Reds do for you there? the other thing with Action PC and pinch hitters is that they always seem to want to go with defensive replacements instead of looking at the best pinch hitter. Norm Seaburn at 138, 2 homers and 14 RBI. Porterfield's pitch popped up. Bowling will make the catch. 1 out for Billy Martin at 247, 8 homers and 48 RBI. Throw down to Lepsio and McDougal. Now, that's the 4th runner we've seen thrown out today. So I wonder if that algorithm was tweaked. There's no one on this team that really should be stealing. Billy Martin has 8 stolen bases and an 0-1 count. Todd B's going to wait on Action PC basketball. I'm probably not buying it right away. Pitch to Martin. There's a ground ball past third all the way down the line. Williams gets to go fish it out. Martin goes into second with a double, his 25th of the year. The Reds went 80-81, and since RJL does a modern postseason, they didn't qualify. And if you're a fan of the channel, and it happened for more than 2 weeks, you know how the 88 Reds did in mine. Don Larson at 276, wow, with 6 RBI. Fly ball, right center. Jensen will make the catch, and it will do. So the Yankees threaten, they get a hit, they do not score. After an inning and a half, 2-0 New York. So Gernert, Jensen, and Pearsall to face Larson here in the second. Dick at 277, 18 homers and 59 RBI. No matter what we do on Wednesday, it'll just be one game. Cook and APC lead the league in unexpected errors. Yeah, new patch. Thank you, Mark Shaw, to let me know about it. Put it in. It's the first time I've used it. And one of those patches, again, with Hegan getting thrown out trying to steal twice. Pitch to Gernert. Ground ball to McDougal. Gill throws to Collins for the out. It's the Jane's Addiction patch. Okay. The Mets went 93-67 in year 88 replay and finished second in the East. Oh, wow. Lost to the Giants in 5 despite going up 2-0. Who won your division? Because it's not the Cardinals, right? Jackie Jensen at 289. 25 homers and 109 RBI. Fly ball, right field. Slaughter will wait and make the catch. If I remember correctly, the Mets pretty much had my Eastern Division won in April. I don't think anyone contended for the Mets. Jimmy Pearsall at 267, 14 homers and 74 RBI. Pittsburgh. They did better than I thought in my replay. Wow. But again, I think in my replay, that division was over no later than Memorial Day. Hard ground ball to McDougal on the run, throws to Collins, and that will retire the Red Sox here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2-0 New York. So Slaughter, 10-game hitting streak, reached on the air and scored on the Mantle homer in the first. Opening 9 for Porterfield, 37 pitches, 2 innings, 2 hits, the home run to Mantle, and a walk. Jane's Addiction sang the song, Ben Caught Stealing. Okay. Oh, Pro Strategy Football. The beta is out, and I've glanced it over. The graphics are incredible. And this year, there are uniform numbers. Mike in the Truck showed it off at D2D-Con, a very early version of it in May. And I think it was shown this past weekend in Canton at the Epa Football Convention. The Hall of Fame, Slaughter into right, Jensen down the line, Enos put a lot into that one, Jackie to the wall, and it's a strike, and it's a full count. Slaughter again. This time it'll stay fair. Jackie has it, makes the catch, 1 out. for Joe Collins, 0 for 1. Not Joan, Joe. Usually the beta is out. Carey usually tries to have it out by the opening game of the season, which would be next week. Paul, I saw that, was able to replay the first game you ever went to back in 76. That is awesome. Pitch to Collins. Fly ball, right center. Jensen in the triangle, turns and watches it go. So Joe Collins rips his 5th of the year, and that was a moonshot. 425 feet. It's beginning to look a lot like the Yankees in the World Series again. It would be the second time that they meet the Dodgers. Mickey Mantle homered his first time up. He now has 51 on the replay and driven in 135. Yeah, that ball landed on Mars. I agree with you, Robert. Mantle swings. That is into right field. Jensen will make the catch, and there's 2 out for Yogi, who's 0 for 1. Popped up. Lepsio. As we said in the open, as Lepsio makes the catch, the World Series will start 3 days after the end of the regular season. So, primarily to make sure that Don Newcomb can go on full rest. It is kind of exciting to have possibly Don Newcomb and Whitey Ford face each other 3 times. Lepsio at 242 as we go to the bottom of the third. 11 homers and 36 RBI. Yankees got that run on the Collins moonshot to make it 3-0 New York. That is awesome. My first game was August 9th, 77. Lepsio, a ground ball to first. Collins to the bag. 1 out. Had the chicken pox. Was that Shea? About a month after, little less than a month after Tom Seaver was traded to Cincinnati. So 13,000 very unhappy people in the stands. Pete Daly at 236, 4 homers and 20 RBI. It was the Mets and the Cardinals. I was 5 years old, and I got to see Lou Brock steal a base. And the Mets won 4-1. Daly into left field. Seaburn tracks it down, makes the catch, 2 out. For Bob Porterfield, wow, good hitting pitcher, 349 with 9 RBI. Yeah, Larson should get whatever the Yankees will do. And 50, I thought 57 was Robinson's last year. He's had a good year. Struck him out. That's 2 for Larson, and that will do. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th in game 2. Yankees 3, Red Sox nothing. So the Yankees are making a statement. The Tigers have already lost today. And so if the Yankees win this, they will be 3 up. Skowron 0 for 1. Skowron, McDougal, and Seaburn to face Porterfield here in the 4th. Todd B. was scarred for life by George Hedrick. Gosh, I'm shocked. Steve's first game was the Astros and Reds at Riverfront, early 70s. Yep, Tequila Sunrise uniforms. Pre-Shotzi, right? Moose strikes out. Porterfield got him on a 1-2 check swing. So 1 out for McDougal, who has a walk. Popped up. Bowling. 2 out for Norm. Norm is 0 for 1. Struck him out. 2 for Porterfield. He'll settle in. Standings really haven't changed, so we don't need to show them. After 3.5, Yankees 3, Red Sox nothing. So top of the lineup, 9 up, 9 down for Larson. 36 pitches, 3 innings, and 2 strikeouts. Got him. That's 3 for Larson. 2-2 curveball, swung on and missed. 1 out for Klaus. Larson in very good form here in Boston. There's the first hit. That got past McDougald in the hole and left, and the Red Sox finally get on the board with the base hit. Ted Williams struck out his first time up. Sean, how cool is that? Jays, Tigers in Detroit. Really? How old were you? That's awesome. Pitch to Williams. Fly ball, right field. Slaughter will make the catch, and Klaus goes back to first. Steve used to see Marge a lot down there in the 80s. Dick Gernert, 0 for 1. Fly ball, left field. Seaburn will make the catch, and Larson's through 4. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Red Sox finally got a hit. We go to the 5th. 3-0 New York. Yeah, the Rangers have a baby blue alternate. Billy Martin has a double. Rangers had the baby blues back in the late 70s too, right? Right field. Jensen. Jackie going back, and that's long gone. Oh, my goodness. Martin punched that in a urinal all at the same time. Past the bullpens for his 9th of the year, and the Yankees are up 4-0. Billy Ball indeed. It took the Yankees well into the summer to start playing good baseball, but once they got that engine warmed up, they've smoothed it. Yep. So Mantle and Martin, not quite the M&M boys you're thinking of, unless you're thinking of L&M cigarettes, have crushed 2 off of Porterfield, has now given up 23. Larson 0 for 1 today. That is in the right. Jensen will make the catch. 1 out for Slaughter, who's still looking for a single. He scored, reached on that error, and scored on the Mantle homer on the first. He's 0 for 2. Go ahead and flip the Monopoly board. Mantle Martin's been doing curls again, of the 12-ounce variety. Pitch to Slaughter. Line drive to Klaus, 2 out. For Joe Collins, who homered his last time up, so the Yankees have 3 homers on the day. I didn't give you the number through 18. Collins hits this one long and gone. So Porterfield gives up his 4th home run of the afternoon, and it's 5-0 New York. So as Mickey Mantle digs in, Porterfield 20 batters deep, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 4 home runs. He has walked 1 and struck out 2. And as we show the replay on the Collins moonshot, we say to Paul, good Lord indeed. John Sterling channeling his inner Mr. Magoo. It is high, it is far, it is a Tom Collins for you and a Tom Collins for me. Ah! Mickey is 1 for 2. He has homered in this one. Really don't think it matters too much at this point, but yeah, he's probably going to be done pretty soon. Popped up. Daly doffs the mask, makes the catch, and we're through 4.5. Halfway home, the Yankees are starting to do some coronation chatter. Two solo home runs on 2 hits, and after 4.5, 5-0 New York. If you joined us late, Game 2 of the doubleheader, and it looks like the Yankees are starting to look towards a healthy October. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for New York. Don Larson has held the Red Sox to a hit. Mickey Mantle, a 2-run shot in the first, his 51st of the year, to make it 2-0. Joe Collins, a moonshot in the center field to make it 3-0, his 5th of the year. Then, a moment ago, Billy Martin hit his 9th, and Joe Collins hit his 6th. Martin 2 for 2 with a double. Larson a 1-hitter through 4 and his fan 3. Porterfield pitching like Elizabeth Taylor. 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 4 home runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. RJL's first game was at Shea, September 24th, 1972. Tom Scrub versus Steve Stone Scrub. Yeah, I still think, Steve, the Yankees bullpen is so sieve-like. I don't see how the Dodgers lose the World Series, to be honest. But anything can happen. I thought Chicago was probably the best matchup to stop the Yankees, but they all beat the crap out of each other, and the Yankees are with, what is this, 147? Can win as many as 92. And I think they won, 97 in real life? Jackie Jensen's 0 for 1. That was every fan in New York every fan outside New York in the 50s, yeah. Pitch to Jackie is a ground ball to third. Scourin is not good at third, but he'll make the throw to Collins for the out. So 1 out for Pearsall, who's 0 for 1. That is a high ground ball to McDougald on the run. Throws to Collins, 2 away. Well, Bob and Liz did have something in common. Diamonds. Oh, yeah, Seaver. Even I remember him crying. Lepsio 0 for 1. And Lepsio draws the walk. The Red Sox gave it their all this year. To be contending on the next to last and the penultimate Saturday of the year really says a lot. Pete Daly is 0 for 1. If Daly should reach, we will pinch hit for Porterfield. There is a ground ball past Martin in the right field, and so Lepsio will go to third. Slaughter will throw it back in, and so with runners on the corners and 2 out, we got plenty of people here. Who can hit a righty? It'll be Gene Mauch. Mean Gene, the pinch hitting machine, does not have a pinch hit. 368 overall with an RBI. So runners on the corners, 2 out. 5-0 New York. Berra and Larson have a word. Don deals. And Mauch draws the walk. They're loaded for Milt Bowling. Bowling 0 for 2 with a K. 18 batters deep for Larson. 76 pitches, 4 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Fly ball left field. Seaburn. That'll stay in the yard. The Red Sox threaten but do not score. We go to the 6th. They'll leave them loaded. Short. We are. Yankees 5, Red Sox nothing. Well, Todd, we just pulled Porterfield off the grill for you. Who are we going to pitch? We're going to pitch Willard Nixon. How 50s can you get? You got Ike and Nixon on the same staff. So for the Red Sox, the pen Nixon is indeed the one. 11-6 on the year. He's done with his starts. It's all bullpen now. A 3.55 ERA, 28 years old, fastball at 85, and a ground ball pitcher. I think we let Porterfield cook a little too long because he was, Todd, well done. Last time out was the 16th, so 6 days ago for Nixon. His last start, an 8-4 win over the Tigers, 8 2/3, 154 pitches. 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 6 and struck out 1. 182 2/3, 176 hits, 95 runs, 72 earned, 13 homers. He's walked 76 and struck out 88. That's a black and white picture that someone colorized. So I think that it's just the blue hue. I don't believe that scoreboard was ever blue. I think that was just that. Brent, if you're still here, is this one that you colored? AI has done a good job coloring some of these. This was a black and white picture. Porterfield in Scottish means gatekeeper. He was letting everyone in, which just means that he was a bouncer at the nightclub. Yeah, I mean, when you got Mantle, who would be batting lefty, Berra's a natural lefty. Yeah, I mean, good luck. Speaking of Yogi, 0 for 2 in this one. Nixon starts his afternoon, a ground ball to Klaus over to Gernert, and Yogi's running, and he is safe on the bang-banger. For Skowron, who was 0 for 2 with a K. Willard and Richard could scare the rats away. Skowron. Throw down to second, and Berra has his first steal. All right, that's a lot of catchers trying to steal bases. Skowron with a 1-strike count. Base hit left field. Williams will throw it back in, and Yogi gets back to the bag. For McDougald, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Porterfield's ball in play in 56. Oop, nope. Can't read it. He pulled it. McDougald, a chopper down to Lepsio. What's Ted going to do? Nope, not going to go for the run at this point. Klaus for 1, Gernert for 2. So a 4-6-3. The Red Sox trade a run for 2 outs, and it's 6-0 New York. Norm Seaburn is 0 for 2 with a K. He got the split wrong. 219 against lefties and 278 versus righties with balls in play for Porterfield. And Paul's 41 replay, Teddy Ballgame hitting 395. He's going against Feller today, who's 18-9. Seaburn 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That's a ground ball to Lepsio behind the bag over to Gernert. And that will do. So Nixon wasn't the 1 in the 6th for the Red Sox. A run on 2 hits, double play, no errors. Bottom 6, 6-0 New York. So Klaus 1 for 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the rest of Saturday after this, and then we will quick sim Sunday's games and go from there to see what we're doing. Oh, he only hit 367 for you, Sean? In 41? Was that an Action PC? Billy Klaus 1 for 2 with a single. Slow chopper to Larson. Over to Collins. And Klaus is out. 1 away. For Ted Williams, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Fly ball, left field, or right field, because I can see. Slaughter makes the catch. 2 out. World Series might begin on Labor Day. Dick Gernert, 0 for 2. Left field, Seaburn retires the side through 6. Yankees 6, Red Sox nothing. George Britt's hitting 411. Wow, with about 40 games to go. Billy Martin is homered and doubled in this one. He's 2 for 2. Yeah, Action PC is a good game. Pitch to Martin. There is a ground ball to Lepsio. Ted throws it to Gernert for the out. 1 away for Larson, who's 0 for 2. Here in this, we play the 7th inning. Both the games kind of one-sided affairs. Although Herb Score struck out 15 in the first. Yeah, Brooklyn just ran away with it. Absolutely ran away with it, Robert. 103 wins. Milwaukee would be winning the American League. Newcomb is going to win 25. Larson draws the walk. Slaughter still looking to extend his hitting streak to 11. 0 for 3 today with a run scored. Won't do it here. Fly ball to right. Jensen will make the catch. And Larson goes back to first. For Joe Collins, who has homered twice. It's 7 on the year. He's at 6 in the replay. 2 for 3 today. There's a high ground ball to Nixon. Throws to Gernert. Stretch time in game 2. 6-0 Yankees. Jensen, Pearsall, and Lepsio here in the 7th. Jackie 0 for 2. What year Carew are you using, Todd? 77? Sean, enjoy. Larson's pitch. Fly ball, left field. Seaburn, 1 out. For Jimmy Pearsall, who's 0 for 2. Larson has thrown an absolute gem, just 2 hits. High ground ball to Scourin. Over to Collins for the out. 2 quick out here. Lepsio 0 for 1 with a walk. Ground ball to third again. Scourin over to Collins. And a 1-2-3 7th. My word. Well, you see how Don Larson could throw a perfect game. He has twirled a good one here through 7. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 8th in a melancholy Fenway. 6-0 New York. So here's Mantle. 1 for 3, but the 1 was a 2-run homer in the first. His 51st, and he's driven in 137. Or 135, because I can read. 77 Twins is what he's using, and that's the year that he made the cover of Time and hit 388. For Carew, Mantle in the right field, and that's a hit. So Mickey 2 for 4 in this one. For Yogi Berra, who has a steal on this one. Yogi 1 for 3. Scored his 101st run. Ground ball to Lepsio. Might be 2. Klaus for 1. Bear is going to reach. Mantle with a roadblock slide. 1 out. For Bill Scourin, the Moose 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Got him. Nixon got him on a 1-2 off speed. 2 out. For Gil McDougall. Gil 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play and walked. 2 out, top of the 8th. The Yankees 6, the Red Sox nothing. Slow chopper to Lepsio, who's been a busy boy at second, over to Gernert, and that'll do it for the Yankees. So they threaten again, but do not score. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th here at Fenway. New York 6, Boston nothing. Daly, Nixon, and Bowling to face Larson here in the 8th. Pete 1 for 2 with a single. Got away from Berra on strike 3, but he throws a bullet down to Collins, 1 away. Nixon will bat here. There's no reason not to. And 098 with 3 RBI. And that's a base hit. And he's hurt. No, the whole point was for... So Nixon rolls an ankle, trying to run. So Gene Stevens will be the pinch runner. Larson, 27 batters, 109 pitches, 7 1/3, 3 hits. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. Todd literally just asked if we had injuries turned on. Only for a single game. Kaline got injured in the first game. And Nixon here in the second. Frank Robinson, Louis Aparicio, Don Drysdale, Bill Mazeroski, Whitey Herzog, and Sanford Koufax were all rookies in 56. Yeah, with that play, you really can't do more than single game. Bowling 0 for 3 with a K. What do Don Drysdale and Disney have in common? Base hit to center field. That's not what they have in common. Mantle tosses it back in. Stevens will hold. McDougall should have made that catch. It's over in Cleveland. The 41 Indians come from behind to beat the Sox 3-1. The Tribe scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th. The Splinter goes 1 for 4. Paul played that as he was watching this. Klaus 1 for 3 with a single. First and second, 1 out, 6-0 New York. Larson deals. Ball 4, and they're loaded for Ted Williams. So the crowd at Fenway wakes up. The Splinter 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Larson on this warm day. The wind, by the way, blowing in from right center. If the Prue was there, that'd be coming in off the Atlantic at 11. Walks home a run. Stevens will score at 6-1. So Williams claps his hands for Dick Gernert, who is 0 for 3. There's a squirrel that got loose here. Larson deals. That is up the middle, a base hit. Bowling scores. Klaus will hold at third. And it's 6-2 now. Billy Martin hitting the 12-ounce weights a little too early. And that'll bring up Jackie Jensen, who is 0 for 3, and he is now the tying run. We've asked Dave if it's there's a momentum factor built in. And he says it's all even Steven. Jensen has 2 grand slams on the year. Larson looking a bit peaked here on the mound. 1 out. Struck him out. He got Jensen to chase. Here's Pearsall. Jimmy 0 for 3. The thing is with Strat, Todd, is that it can manipulate things under the table. I roll my own dice when I play the baseball, so that can't happen. That was Strat's big mistake. And trying to get it right, they told you that they could manipulate the results. So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. All right, Pearsall, the tying run at the plate. Larson deals. Into left center, Mantle will grab it, and the rally has been quelled. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. The Red Sox will at least make the 9th interesting. The Yankees lead it 6-2. Momentum does happen in real life, absolutely. So it'll be, we're going to go with Menarson. Rudy has made a start. It was against Cleveland on the 15th. Potato Head. Isn't that pleasant? 26 fastball at 87 and an extreme fly ball pitcher. 106 pitches, 4 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. He is in to pitch the 9th. It'll be Seaburn, Martin, and Larson, maybe, to face Rudy. Norm is 0 for 3 with a K. There's a chopper down to first. Gernert has it. 1 away. For Billy Martin, who has doubled and homered in this one. He is 2 for 3. 9 homers and 49 RBI. Chopper down to first. Gernert has to wait for it. Takes it to the bag, 2 out for Don Larson. Be curious what the Yankees do here. Their bullpen is not good. Whether that changes if they win the league, we'll see what happens in the series. But coming in, it is not good. And Irv Noren will pinch hit. Noren, a lefty, does not have a pinch hit. 261 and 2 RBI overall. Menarson deals. Struck him out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Yankees. So Menarson does his job, and Jim Coates and his 13.5 ERA coming in. So Casey will gamble. I'm not making these moves. He faced the Tigers on the 15th. Coates is 24. Throws batting practice fastball at 89 in 2/3 of an inning against the Tigers. 40 pitches, 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned a homer and 2 strikeouts. Lepsio 0 for 2 with a walk. Lepsio, Daly, and probably Mickey Vernon here in the 9th. 4 to tie, 5 to win. Coach deals. Hit him! And now this crowd at Fenway is getting restless. They sat on their hands through most of it. Boston got 2 off of Larson in the 8th, and now you start the 9th with a hit batsman. Daly is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Coates deals. Ground ball past Scourin down the line and left. Lepsio stopped. He'll go to third. He'll hold at third. Nobody out. Daly in with his 11th double of the year. It will be Billy Goodman. Goodman as a pinch hitter does have a home run, 2 RBI, hitting .500. Overall, 274, a homer, and 36 RBI. Got away from Berra, and Lepsio scores at 6-3. What is the computer thinking here? Fly ball, right center. That should score Daly. Mantle back, makes the catch. Daly tags. Here he comes. The play at the plate. Not in time. It's 6-4. So 1 out. The Red Sox have 2 here in the 9th. For Bowling, who is 1 for 4. Next one that reaches, I'm getting Coates. There's no way in hell he should be pitching here. You got a full pen. Line drive to McDougal, 2 out. For Klaus, who was 1 for 3. Last chance saloon now for Boston. He has singled and walked. Coates, pitching like he's wearing one today. He deals. Struck him out. The threat worked. The Yankees win. So 2 hours and 40 fake minutes. Hang on. We're doing Saturday and Sunday before we're done here. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Yankees are 86 and 61. They left on 3. The Red Sox fall to 83 and 65. 4 runs, 6 hits, an error. They left on 7. Larson, your MVP. 8 innings. He goes to 10 and 8. 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 4 and struck out 5 with minus stuff. Porterfield, 6 and 5. 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned to 4 home runs. Collins, Martin, and Mantle. Sounds like a law firm. A walk and 2 strikeouts. Willard Nixon, 3 innings, 3 hits. A run it was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 1. And Menarson retired the side in order in the 9th. So, the Yankees' magic number is 5. The rest of this Saturday in baseball is this. The Reds beat the Cardinals 7-4. Fowler, 10 and 11. Murray Dixon falls to 11 and 8. And Smith hits his 5th of the year, 3 for 4 with a double. The Giants shut out the Phillies 3-0. Al Worthington throws a 3-hitter. Robin Roberts 13 and 19. Now Castleman hits his 15th, 1 for 4. Brooklyn beats Pittsburgh. Carl Erskine wins 20. Law falls to 6 and 17. Jackie Robinson 4 for 4 hits his 15th and drives in 3. Lou Burdett, who already has a no-hitter this year, shuts out Chicago 4-0. He goes to 16 and 13. Jones 9 and 12. Thompson, Bobby hits his 14th, goes 2 for 3, drives in 2. Washington beats Baltimore in 10, 7-6. Byerly 2 and 2. Brown falls to 7 and 9, and Jim Lemon hits his 25th. Chicago saves their season. They're 5.5 out. They pound out 18 hits on Kansas City. Minnie Minoso had 4. And Jim Wilson struck out 10 in that 13-2 win. Deucer goes to 0-1. Aparicio 2 for 5, 2 RBI, and 2 triples. All right, so we'll do the games of the 23rd and then call it a stream. And I have a feeling that this season's pretty much over. So, in games that matter, the Yankees beat the Red Sox 6-5. Grimm goes to 5 and 4. Tom Brewer falls to 14 and 13. Gernert hits his 19th, 2 for 4 with 4 RBI. Detroit beats Cleveland 6-4. Moss 5 and 6. Houdeman 1 and 6. That will pretty much do it for Cleveland season. Kaline 2 for 4 hits his 25th and drives in 4. Chicago splits a doubleheader with Kansas City. They get 16 hits in their 11-4 win. Billy Pierce goes to 16-12. Larry Doby hits his 22nd. And the nightcap, Kansas City beats them 11-6. You see the other scores on the board. So Wednesday, we will do one game. And I think, let's take a look here. So Cleveland is eliminated. Chicago's next loss eliminates them. Boston's elimination number is 2. So we will do the Yankees and the Orioles on Wednesday. And if we need to do a game Thursday, it'd be Chicago and Detroit. So there you go. We could be all done by Thursday. The Yankees seem to be in command in the American League. With 6 days to go, they have a 3-game lead. All right, that will do. Yeah, the Yankee bullpen isn't very good, Sean. All right, I'm Ron Zucker. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you Wednesday for more Pennant Fever Baseball. So long, everybody.